Sleight of hand. It's the reason that poem about a bonobo aspiring towards celibacy doesn't work. Sense being made to stretch like skin for narrative surgical fit. The word for rain should fall like rain, and fire leap off the page like a cat. So claimed Han Shan or his distant relative Wushu. Remember, one sublime articulation is all it takes to derange the moon. Let metaphor uncage you into errancy. Time to reshuffle the deck, make I the heir to song's lost currency, feed certainty to the groundlings. For once and all acknowledge, flesh was the first simile we were given to feel, conjure, never truly inhabit. I've got some love poems. Everyone here, does it like love poems? Okay.
Be good with that. Yeah.
Pierce Poinigalog. The trail meanders towards some kind of vanishing point. Cloud herds reel and migrate across a time-lapse sky. The Point Reyes docents talk about the mating habits of tule elk, how bulls have a porthole of 12 hours during rutting season to impregnate a given cow, which is why harems are useful. I think how improbable our own odds are, after 9 months of absence and torqued passage, to meet again and touch, much as the cosmic crapshoot of shift and weight, heat and void yielded all this magnificence. Tamales Bay is an inland sea of time before mind, where I've rested my head against the lichened stones of her thoughts and glimpsed shimmering yellow fields of an Andrew Wyeth recalled by her coastal dreaming. The brush of her hips against the roadside scrub sounds like arrows rattling in their quiver. Beyond the bluff, a hawk hovers in reconnaissance as silver halides of sun glint off the Pacific. Maybe the skin of a whale in mid-breed, she says, at which point I close my eyes and try to imagine a leviathan existence in the fathoms tucked beneath that solar sequined blue expanse. I open my eyes. Seeing her is the universe's reprieve for everything I can't quantify by bonds of breath and hold. We kiss and seize the bounteous day, sure as that raptor will its prey. Pont des Arcs. And if you go to Paris, one of their many bridges is Pont des Arcs, and they have this long-standing tradition where couples will write their names on blocks and they'll be latched on the railings. So there you have hundreds of locks up and down the railing of this bridge, and it's, yeah. So. Soyez réaliste, demandez l'impossible. This is a popular slogan during the Nanterre student revolt of 1968, which translates as be realist, demand the impossible. To lock the rivering ways of two hearts between two banks, and the hour's blue drift toward dawn's insouciance. 7 arches still buttress the shatter of spill, stained radiance, burned afterimage of the present's murderous discursions. The Seine's glassy essence translates a chained kingdom of names coupled into seeming permanence. To forge a bridge from air's parenthetical embrace is love's impossible task. This next one, I think everyone here has had their brush with rancid romance. And this one's called Tire Scraps. The model American puts in 1,600 hours to get 7,500 miles, less than 5 miles an hour. Ivan D. Illich, Energy and Equity. Velocity sheds its saurian skins. Scorched, radial inheritors of inner distances, black avatars of near God's speed, the tire scraps along the road, any road, tell of the sacred squandering, the tired plight of purpose where wings fail. 60 miles per hour at 3,500 RPM times 10,000 equals the 270 kilometers per second it takes the Earth to jog around the sun, squared and divided by the rate of your pulse when Betsy asked you to kiss and fondle her a certain way. Progress was the mind's first fuck, the hoax which expedited gods and wheels. Blowouts invite a dialogue with roadkill, encourage lungs to fill like sails with methane-laced winds from Mars blowing off the turnpike. In open territories of the heartland, these gnarled vestiges of traction leave a trail like tea leaves to be read by the sky. Bad love, so that's where it goes. Tabula rasa. Of better days, I've no more than this to say. The great wall lies at the foot of the bed, cats in the garden, our appetites roam this surfeit of sun, connubial among the hoarfrost and blooms, an aftermath of bed sheets. Distance has become landscape, our intimate history slated for revision. Mourning is a verb our mouths meet to conjugate into psalm. This next one's a poem I wrote about Glen, and of course you know him as the great genius pianist who interpreted Bach's Goldberg variations, and he had this poem kind of departs from, he had all of these idiosyncrasies, very much like Howard Hughes, and that, anyway, it kind of takes off from that. And after Gould, each note is anchor and ballast to his chosen season. Exuberance favors a wool beret, coat and gloves on warm summer days. His hands are manic angels gliding across the snow-white keys. There is no time but the contrapuntal now expanding like a sail. Talk is best without bodies over the phone, and a recording studio is preferable to the platitudes of the concert hall any given day. And let's not forget, the ideal accompaniment to a Mozart fugue is a Hoover vacuum in the adjacent room.